The big news you announced yesterday, you're planning to sell a convertible version of your Range Rover Evoque. That's next year. But ragtop versions, they're quite rare. It's not a massive market. Why are you dipping your toes into this market?
Yeah, in Geneva we have a lot of products and a lot of innovation, and one of these very innovative concepts, we confirm that the Evoque convertible will be on sale next year, and we are quite convinced that this vehicle will set a new trend in the car industry.
Can you give us an idea of its cost? Can you tell us whether it'll be a fabric roof or a folding hard top?
Yeah, I guess I don't want to talk at this very moment about the car, because we will see it next year. I'm more really interested in talking about the current vehicles, because we, at Geneva, as you know, the European calendar starts for the automotive industry, and we are here with a firework of new products and innovations.
And of course you're showing off the recent XZ, which is the most configurable car in Jaguar's history. Are you confident that the XZ, Mr. Speth, will compete for entry-level luxury buyers?
I am absolutely convinced that the XZ will make a very successful game in the industry. Why? It's a very solid car, and it is a compelling combination of British design and very creative engineering with the latest technology, in-control apps, latest connectivity. So this vehicle will set the scene.
And I know that you're hoping that the first Jaguar SUV, the F-Pace, will set the scene alight in 2016. What sort of buyer are you targeting for the first Jaguar SUV, and what sort of price range are we talking about here?
Now, first of all, in the Jaguar line, we will not have an SUV. SUV we are going to produce only with all the capability of an SUV on the Land Rover side. On Jaguar, we are going to build crossovers. We are building to go to more sporty cars, which will attract the more sporty on-road customers.
Okay. You say a crossover, some might say an SUV, but whatever you say, Mr. Speth, the Jaguar CX-75, the Range Rover Sport SVR, the Land Rover Defender Bigfoot, they're all going to star in the next Bond film, Spectre. I know that your cars have starred in previous Bond films. How big a deal is it that your cars are featuring in these Bond films? You've been in Octopussy, Casino Royale, Tomorrow Never Dies, Die Another Day. How big a deal is it for Jaguar Land Rover?
I guess overall, these kind of very special British design in the combination with the emotional combination and connectivity to engineering, the desirability which results out of it, that's very well connected also to Bond. To Mr.
Of course.
Bond.
Mr. Bond. We must talk about Apple, because it's making big news. It's reportedly working on plans to launch its own car. What does this and the likes of Tesla, the likes of Google, what does this tell us about how the industry is changing and what people want from cars in the future?
Overall, we welcome the introduction of more electronic features, but also of Google and a different car concept. It will make the automotive industry overall richer. Nevertheless, the conventional car manufacturer will see an increase in electric and electronic features, but the drivability and the car in itself will have also in the future its own value.
What are the big hurdles for companies like Google, like Apple, to entering into the auto industry? We've had one guest on today talking about scale, another guest talking about physics. What are the hurdles for the likes of Apple to compete with the likes of Jaguar Land Rover?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we also have to decide in the premium car business how much transparency we really want to have. Yes, we want to offer the very latest technology features, electronic features, and the value of electronics will go up from, at the moment, 20 to 40% in the car. But at the end of the day, we have to give our customers also privacy and a very premium experience with our cars. And that, from my point of view, means not total transparency.
Mr. Speth, very quickly, as you know, there's a UK election coming up on May the 7th, and possibly following that there'll be a referendum in coming years about a UK exit from the EU. What would a UK exit from Europe mean for Jaguar Land Rover? You produce cars here in the UK, but many of your key markets are within the EU. What does a potential Brexit, as it's known, mean for a company like Jaguar Land Rover?
Jaguar Land Rover exports more than 80% of the overall production out of the UK, and we export around about 20% to Europe. So overall, Europe is a very important market for us.
Look at that.
Now, we don't know how this kind of future regulations will look like, and so it's not up to now for me an issue to speculate what is going to happen after the election.